the New York Giants are so god awful. They are so god awful, bro. How it's the same shit every year. And Brian Dable, I have bones to pick with you because your message, whatever it may be, is not a winning one. This, and to the ownership group and the GM, enough. Because since the Eli Manning era, is the same issues year after year after year. The offensive line is god awful and has never been addressed. It's never been fully, seriously addressed. So I don't care who you put back there. It's not going to change because your offensive line is god awful. The play calling feels very limited and feels very redundant. There's really no creativity, and it's just dumb. And you can say whatever you want about me saying that. Well, if you can't produce more than 10, you can't even get 10 points in a primetime game, what are we doing? Brian Dable, I can get anyone who's watching this video, I can get to do your job right now since you have 0 wins. 0 wins. The New York Jets are the same record as you, but at least they look promising. At least they have a coach that looks like he's very passionate and cares and has his locker room listening to him. They almost be a red-hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers team with their backup quarterback. The Washington Commanders beat the bricks off the almost at Oakland Raiders, the Raiders, with Marcus Mariota. And you have your starting quarterback and can't win a game. You can't put more than 10 points on the board. That's disrespectful to every single person that paid money to go watch this game. And pay money at home for a cable to watch this game or streaming or whatever. Disrespectful. And it has at some point, the ownership has to be like, let's care. Let's care and start a culture of winning. A culture that matters. It's New York City. It's Jersey. But it represents New York. And you can't even do that. You can't even do, you know what? You know who New York's team is? The Buffalo Bills. Because the Buffalo Bills have cared to better their team. That's why they are where they are right now. The Jets have cared. They just are the Jets, but they care. And at least they have players that are coming into their own. And once Justin Fields gets back healthy, I really like their chances. They can at least score points. They can at least average 20 points. The New York Giants can't even do that. Yes, they had a great game against the Cowboys offensively, but that's because the Cowboys defense is also ass, if we're being honest. So if the Dallas Cowboys had Micah Parsons still, do you know what Micah Parsons would have done to Russell Wilson or Dart or whoever you put back there? It would have been a wrap. Because the offensive line is a turnstile. We all know this. It would have been cooked. So I don't want to hear all this nonsense. All right? It's 0-3. A primetime game with a really beatable Chiefs team, bro. But now you got the Chiefs starting to find the rhythm because that's how bad you are. You are so bad that you let a wheeling Chiefs team that looks not impressive at all to just destroy you, to make you look so helpless, like the team that you are. And that's just so annoying. It's so annoying, bro. It's so annoying. I don't care if it's Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart. I don't care. I'm tired of watching this product. People should be sick to their stuff. The people in New York should be calling the radio stations tomorrow pissed off. Brian Dable, you're cooked. You're cooked. Defensive coordinator for the Giants, you're cooked. You had a chance. You had a chance. The last week should have been your moment to turn the season around and make it look promising. I'm not even expecting playoffs this year. I just wanted a season in which we look like we're trending in the right direction. And you can't even do that. Do you know how disrespectful to your fan base and to those players are that you can't even build a culture that has promise? Jeez, come on, man. Come on. I don't care if people say I'm being too harsh because I've waited. It's not just about this season. This is the microcosm of so much other stuff that we've been seeing. It's the same problem. It's the same problem last year, the year before that. It's the same problem this year, and it's going to be the same problem next year and the year after that. And Daniel Jones is now on this team. You know where Daniel Jones is? He's 3-0 in Indianapolis. You know where Saquon Barkley is? In Philly. 3-0 with the Super Bowl ring. And there just seems to be some type of common denominator here. And it's the New York Giants. Because anyone that leaves the New York Giants could go on and have a very great career. To be honest. I'm very happy Eli Manning never left. He finished his career in New York, even though the organization tried to disrespect the whole shit out of him with his last 2 years on the team. But honestly, I would not be surprised if Eli Manning went to a new team when y'all refused to give him an O-line and he would have been putting up godlike numbers somewhere else. I wouldn't have been surprised. Because everyone and their mom knew, give Eli Manning even a decent O-line and see how he plays. He plays so well. Why? He has two of them things. And they could never do that for him. They could never do that. They gave him Ben McAdoo. Remember the Ben McAdoo era? You remember the dark times of the Ben McAdoo era? Jesus, this team, bro. This team organization is so ass. That's all I have to say. This Sunday night game was so disappointing. I feel bad for anyone who had hope going into this game that the Chiefs were going to come out of this game 0-3. Because everyone and their mom who was a betting man and had common sense knew that this was going to be the game to relaunch the Chiefs season. Because this is the type of game, it's not even a trap game. A trap game was the Cowboys and Bears. That was a trap game. Or no, sorry, Packers and who the Packers lose to? Packers Browns. The Packers fell for that trap. The New York Giants are so bad you can't even call this a trap game. This is not a trap game. Because a trap game, there has to be a notion that this team is so bad, but they have fight and they can win. No. This team doesn't have it. This team doesn't have it. This team does not have it. That's done. I'm done.